And now for the Frenzy, powered by Savannah State University. You can get anywhere from here.
Good evening, high school football fans. Welcome to another Friday night of the Frenzy right here on WJCL News. As always, the Frenzy powered by Savannah State University with the state playoffs just weeks away. Teams jockeying for the postseason positioning.
That's right. We're making stops at Hilton Head, Vidalia, Baxley, Savannah, and all the spots in between.
Now, while there were a lot of games played tonight, one that was not was Whale Branch and Garrett Tech. How about this? Whale Branch and Garrett Tech both thought the game was away. So one went one, the other went to the other, and vice versa. Needless to say, there was no game. That game's going to be made up on Monday. Pretty wild story there on a Friday night.
Absolutely. We're going to make our first stop in Hazelhurst. Site of this week's Chevy Tailgate Tour had Jeff Davis hosting Bryan County at Woody Folsom Chevrolet, helping us do a little tailgating.
Just want our customers to know, as far as we're not just car people. We're here to support them for whatever they need, for more reasons just from buying a vehicle. We like to come out and see all our friends and family out here because I was born and raised here in Jeff Davis County, and I know pretty much everyone here, and I want them to know when they need a vehicle, they can come see me.
Okay, well, here it is, Bryan County at Jeff Davis. It would be homecoming for Jeff Davis. Opening drive, third down, Wyatt Montgomery getting a first down for the Jackets to keep their drive alive. Then on the same possession, another third and long, the screen pass to Garrett Walters. And he's going to get a few blocks, and he'll get just inches from the first down. The Jackets will go for it, and they do convert. So fourth and goal now. D'Angelo Adams with the touchdown to cap off an 11-minute opening drive. Jeff Davis leads 7-0, but in the second quarter, Bryan County, Jeremy McClendon to Kajon Dixon laying out. Look at this catch by Dixon, making a great catch in Jeff Davis territory. Then McClendon calls his own number, and he's in. The point after would be no good. It would be 7-6. This one, last we heard, was still in overtime, or actually Jeff Davis did win 7-6, the final.
The Chevy Tailgate Tour is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers.
Okay, now Appleton County down 14-0 down 14-0 against Pierce County. On third and long, Bears looking to pass, but a great defensive play by Devin Moore, who knocks this one down, almost gets the interception. Then Moore on the receiving end of this pass, and he'll get hit pretty hard by a Bear defender there. On third down, pass to Brandon Jones, who's going to pick up the first down to keep the Pirates' drive alive, but that drive would eventually stall. So the next possession, Pirates with good field position. The pass to Kobe Womack, who almost gets a touchdown, but then it's going to be at the quarterback calling his own number. Appleton County is going to win this one in overtime, 17-14, the final over Pierce County.
All right, you had homecoming at Calvary Day. You had the Cavs hoping for a happy one as they took on Claxton. Home team up 14-7 in the first half, but here come the Tigers. Cornelius Taylor going to keep on the left side. He finds lots of green. Taylor going to take it to the house with the extra point. Game was tied up at 14. The next time the Claxton offense was on the field, they were once again headed to the end zone. Taylor throwing deep this time. He finds Darvis Small in stride for the score. Claxton went up 21-14, but back comes Calvary Day. Robert Hayward had a huge game. He's going to find pay dirt from a couple yards out. This game was all knotted up at the break. Second half, Calvary Day's offense firing on all cylinders. Hayward, now wearing number 40, going to get the call off the left side. He's into the open field. Hayward not going to be caught. His third touchdown of the game put the Cavs on top 28-21, and they would stay on top. They go on to roll over Claxton in this one, 49-21. The final. Let's head out to T.A. Wright Stadium. Benedictine looking to bounce back from last week's loss to Vidalia. They were hosting Groves. First play from scrimmage. Cadets throwing deep. Stevie Powers hits Joseph Holguin for the big pickup down to the Groves 30-yard line. 2 plays later, BC into the end zone. Chance Jackson getting the call. He's headed this way for the touchdown. Takes the Cadets just 3 plays to grab a 7-0 lead. After a Groves punt, the Cadets right back to work. Powers, he's going to roll out, and he's going to hit Chris Harris, who's going to take it down to the around the Groves 30-yard line. Very next play, Benedictine going to the end zone. Powers throwing for Brad Stewart, who goes up and makes the catch. Another touchdown there for the Cadets. The route was on at that point, all Benedictine in this one, 70-19, the final.
Bradwell Institute taking on South Effingham. Mustangs up 30-12 in the third quarter. South Effingham with the ball, but the Tigers bring a little pass rush to the table. Isaiah Barnes with the sack, and that will push back the offense. But the quarterback rolling here to his right and hitting Marcus Boyd, and it will be good enough for the first down. Later on, the bomb down the sideline would be ruled incomplete, but the late flag coming in for pass interference, well, that would move the chains anyway. This pass, though, would be called incomplete. Then James Hodges lining up for a kick. This field goal attempt would fall short, but much like the second half, the final on this one would be 30-12, South Effingham.
All right, let's get out to Springfield now. Effingham, the Rebels hosting Glen Academy. Scoreless in the first. Terrors with the ball. Adrian Gross going to take the handoff up the middle, and he's going to get Glen Academy knocking on the door. Hey, once is good, but twice is nice. Cross going to get into the end zone for the Glen Academy touchdown. Red Terror up 7-0. Even more where that came from as the boys from down the coast and St. Simon's doing their thing. Quarterback going to roll out to his left, and he's going to hit LaShawn Clark up the sideline for a nice big pickup here for the visitors. Then you got Garrison Hurd. He is going to bounce off a few defenders before crossing the goal line. All Glen Academy in this one. They take care of Effingham. 35-14, the final.
At Memorial Stadium now, Johnson and Beach hooking up. In this first half, it wasn't very pretty. Johnson deep in their own territory, ball going to be fumbled. The Smashers fall on it in their own end zone. The safety gives Beach the 2-0 lead. On the ensuing kickoff, Johnson kicking to the Bulldogs. It's Samuel Brown receiving, and then he's going to hit the hole. And folks, what can Brown do for you? He's going to take it the distance for the touchdown with the extra point. Beach would lead 9-0, and Beach goes on to win that one 9-6.
Boy, look at that old score flashing up. Hey, Thursday night out there at Memorial Stadium, you had Savannah High and Islands doing battle. The Sharks looking to pick up their second win in their first ever season of varsity football, but the Blue Jackets with other thoughts. Already 7-0 Savannah. They were on the move again. Eric Newton throwing to Kevon Futch, who makes the nice catch and pick up along the sideline deep in Islands territory. Moments later, Futch going to cap off the drive with a short touchdown run. This one going to make it 13-0 Savannah High. Later on in the first quarter, Savannah going to extend their lead. The handoff going to Daquan Mitchell, who's going to make one defend miss, then cruise in for another Blue Jacket touchdown with a 2-point conversion. It was 21-0. Islands, though, going to strike back. They're going to go to the air. Quarterback Justin Richards throw it deep. He's got two receivers in the area, but it's Justin Cutter making the catch. It's then a foot race to the end zone. Sharks were on the scoreboard. It was 21-6. But Savannah going to respond right back. Newton, he's going to throw deep for Mr. Mitchell, who's going to haul the pass up inside the Islands 10-yard line. Savannah High looking good on offense on a Thursday night. Very next play, Rakeith Hendricks going to go in for the touchdown. It was 28 Savannah at that point, and Savannah High goes on to roll on Thursday night over Islands, 49-6. The final. Now we're just getting started here on the Frenzy. Plenty more coming up after the break. We'll swing over to the Low Country for several games.
That's right. Vidalia, fresh off their big win over Benedictine, back at home to face Bacon County. All this and much, much more.
How about this for a happy homecoming? Former Calvary Day and University of Georgia standout and current San Francisco 49er DeMarcus Dobbs surprising his adopted family here in Savannah. Dobbs flew in from California to walk sister Southern Brit onto the field for homecoming festivities over at Calvary Day, since their father, Benedictine head coach Danny Britt, was a little tied up with that game at T.E. Wright Stadium. It was a special moment that shows what kind of bond Dobbs and the Britt family truly have.
Flew in this morning, walked there, and she was so excited. She won tonight too because she's a beast. She always wins. But I mean, it was just good, a good feeling, you know, to come and, you know, be there for her.
All right, let's go ahead and get Dave Williams in here now. And Dave had a couple games, actually a trifecta tonight.
Oh yeah, Dave making his way to Vidalia and a little bit of Lions. So you were all over the place, Dave.
Yeah, it was. There were 3 games tonight going on in Toombs County, and we will begin at Vidalia with the Vidalia Indians hosting the Bacon County team here, the Red Raiders, and this was the Indians. In fact, they only needed 18 seconds to dent the scoreboard. Bacon fumbles on their second play from scrimmage, and Keyshawn Williams scoops it up and scores 7-0 in favor of Vidalia. Then the Indians get their offense clicking again. Jordan Black off the play action. He will go over the middle, and this is completed down to the 20-yard line. A play later, they get it even closer, down to the 1-yard line here, as close but not quite, but they finish it off as Terrence Gillis eventually pushes his way to the end zone. 14-0 Vidalia. They roll by a score of 46-27. In Lyons, it's Toombs hosting Brantley County, and this was all Brantley County. Their defense shows why they're good here. And then check this out. Toombs back to punt. They fumble the snap. Aaron Serta picks it up for Brantley County, and he is into the end zone, touchdown bound. PAT no good. 34-0 Brantley. At this point, they win 34-7. Just a few blocks away, Robert Toombs Christian hosting First Presbyterian Academy. RTCA led 21-0 late in the first half when Rico Rogers, he makes the nice run, and that would eventually set up a score. First Presbyterian, well, they try to get something going here. Watch the flanker pass down to midfield, though this drive would stall. The Crusaders then go back to work on their next possession. Brett Anderson back to pass. He finds Brandon Townsend, and he's going in for the apparent score, but there's one problem. Behind him there was a block in the back, so that's going to push him back a few more yards. No worries, though. Rico Johnson eventually does find his way to the happy hunting ground there. 35-0 RTCA. They roll. 46-12 is your final score. So a very, very busy night over in Toombs County as all three teams, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. Toombs County, though, still struggling.
All right, thanks, Dave. Let's go ahead and quickly jump right back into the highlights. Going to move to the Low Country now.
That's right. We're heading out to Hilton Head. They were taking on Orangeburg, and they would be trailing against Orangeburg 21-7 in the first half. The Seahawks pulling a late little closer. Quarterback Aiden Haggerty is going to roll out, and heaves one deep. The catch is made for the touchdown. It'll be 21-14. Later in the first half, Hilton Head on the doorstep, looking to tie things up, but Orangeburg's Wilkinson's defense with the big goal line stand on 4th down, Seahawks would be denied. The visitors going to quickly strike on offense. Austin Bradley with the receiver, and he would be all this said and done. The passive catch goes for 80 yards and the touchdown, but all Orangeburg after that. Hilton Head falls 54-14, the final. Over at Bluffton, the Bobcats trailing Dorchester at the half, and things not getting any better after the break. Visitors on the move. Kobe Garrett hits Garrett Giles for the nice pickup. Moments later, the handoff goes to Datron James, who finds some room up the middle. He busted into the outside, and he goes the distance for the touchdown. Still more from Fort Dorchester later in the third quarter. Garrett going to call his own number with speed like that. That's a pretty good call. He's going to go 90 yards for the touchdown. All for Dorchester in this one. They win 34-0, the final.
A little bit further up the Low Country there, you had Battery Creek at Academic Magnet. A lot of controversy around that guy right there. You had some calls of racism. He was hired, he was fired, he was fired, he was hired. Either way, he was on the field tonight as Battery Creek took on Academic Magnet. All right, students fired up first quarter. They're on the board. Adam Ackerman off to the races, in for the touchdown. Raptors up 7-0. Just before the half, 14-7, Trey Perry to Reese Moore. 21-7, the big lead headed into the break for the home team. Then in the third quarter, the final nail in the coffin, you got Andrew Alberg in for the touchdown. 28-7 at that point. Now you know what? Give it to Battery Creek. They come back, make a game 28-20. Battery Creek falls to Academic Magnet. You had St. Andrews visiting Hilton Head Christian. Going to start with a defensive battle. Hilton Head Christian's defense going to force St. Andrews to turn the ball over on downs here. Lions, nothing doing. Next, it's Evan Hill for Hilton Head Christian. He's got the great run for the homestanding Eagles. But on the next play, St. Andrews defense, they're going to step up, and they're going to meet Mr. Hill in the backfield to kill the momentum there. More defensive plays. Cameron Wild Thing Wilder meets St. Andrews runner for the loss. Again, like I said, a lot of defense in this one. Finally, a score coming up as Hilton Head Christian's Evan Hill going to give the Eagles a 7-0 lead. Did he fumble? No, they're saying he was in. Touchdown, Hilton Head Christian. They go on to knock off St. Andrews tonight. 24-14 the final in this one. Again, we've got plenty of scores on our website, WJCL.com. Again, there were some surprises, but it seems everything kind of played out like it probably should this time of year.
Absolutely. We now know that Bryan County did beat Jeff Davis in overtime. 28-21 was the final score on that one. And
So,
usually we can take a look at all these things on Gridiron Live, but no Gridiron Live this week as the Atlanta Falcons are in London playing at 9:30 in the morning.
9:30 a.m. on Fox 28. You'll have your Atlanta Falcons taking on the Lions from Wembley Stadium in London, England.
Yep. So are you going to wake up?
Maybe. I tell you what, I will be up because, of course, Saturday we do have to talk college football tomorrow, and a busy one. Georgia Southern getting back to work. It's the battle of the GSUs. A lot of people have been waiting for this one. Actually, here in just less than a minute, I'm going to be getting on the road to Atlanta tomorrow at 2 o'clock. You have the Georgia Southern Eagles, 4-0 in the Sun Belt Conference, taking on Georgia State. The Panthers still searching for their first ever Sun Belt victory, so we'll see what happens at the Georgia Dome.
I want to say they probably won't get it. It's supposed to be a whiteout there at the Paulson North that they are calling in Atlanta.